Hello everyone, Imposter here. Welcome to another video. I wanted to do another little series today on circuit experience, just because I think that we could all benefit from a little bit of visual representation on some of these tracks. I think the demonstration videos they provide are helpful, but maybe not exactly what everyone needs to truly get the best times possible on these tracks. So that's what I wanted to kind of go over today, just kind of guide you through sector by sector. So we're going to start here on the Nurburgring GP, go through all the sectors, and go over the full lap attack, and I'll kind of break down the biggest pointers, biggest tips on the way. So let's jump right into it. We'll get started here with Sector 1. Now as you approach this corner, obviously be prepared to brake heavily, but don't aim, I would say, for the very center of the apex of this turn. Start by braking about a car length before 100. And aim just a little bit past the apex. The reason being is because it's a big elevation change and it can easily upset these cars, and you don't want to wheel spin out of that turn. Keep it in second. Top of second gear through here is just fine. You don't need to be in third the way I was. But as soon as you get through to this point, start aiming for the edge of the track so you can push all the way out to fully utilize all the track. And at the same time here, bring it all the way back in. Try and get as close to the apex as possible. Point yourself straight through to this one so you can cut it just a bit, but just note that this white line on the left there is your track boundary, so keep that in mind. Don't push too far to your left. And then, yeah, through to the finish line there. So first corner is pretty much the most crucial there. Just make sure that you don't wheel spin too much out of that and lose too much traction. Sector 2 here, as we move on, is pretty straightforward. 2 medium speed turns into a hairpin. So as we come up to the braking zone, on the right here, observe the cones. The very last cone is your braking point. You don't need to brake too early on this turn. But as you do go through the turn, try and cut as far inside as you possibly can, because that will allow you to stay to the left so you can cut farther over and then cut back to hit the apex of the next turn. Gradually apply a throttle. Use the strips on the side if you need to. Make your way down to the hairpin. Now for the hairpin, look on the left right here. Very start of the gray strip there on the left is where you need to start braking, and that'll point you straight into the best line. Stay as close as possible to the rumble. Obviously I didn't do a very good job there, but utilize all the track on the way out to carry as much speed. Get yourself a gold. Moving on now to Sector 3, the S-bend and the 2 tighter curves. On the right, fully utilize this part of the track. This car is very stable, so you can easily transition from these. It allows you to then clip this apex very precisely, and it'll point you in just the right direction. To exit, be able to use all of that curb and keep the most amount of speed possible through this little area. For this braking zone, look on your right where it changes from the stone to the asphalt there. And then as we go left here, 2 wheels on the track, 2 wheels off the track for the fastest line through there. This one, be sure to aim left to utilize all the track to get as much speed out of that turn as possible for the back straight. And obviously it doesn't connect here, but it'll connect into the back straight on Sector 4 here. This one's easy enough. Obviously the trickiest part is the chicane, but once you nail the braking zone, it's pretty straightforward. So just try to keep as much speed through here as possible. And on your right, look for the 100 and brake just a touch before the 100. That'll put you at just the right speed coming into the tight turns here. And note that you don't want to go too far left, because it obviously does turn into a bigger curb and it will put you in the air, and you will be driving on 2 wheels, and that'll completely throw you off. So again, right here, you don't have to do what I did here, but I do think it helps to utilize this left part of the track to better point yourself towards the apex of this turn, since it is a longer one. And on the exit, aim for the left so you don't shed too much speed and you get yourself across the line. So obviously with the full lap, it's kind of just connecting everything together, so I'll do my best to give you some pointers on how exactly to do that. But as we get started here, make sure you take the best possible line as close to the apex so you can get as much speed out of this corner. It does make a big difference down this straightaway, having just a few extra miles per hour as far as your time goes. So max speed always, and again, we brake just before the 100 going into the turn. Don't have to aim too close to the apex. You can aim a little bit deeper if you like. Get back on the throttle. Again, you don't have to go into third like I did. You can stay in second. aim right on the exit of the track, the best line through there, bring it back in to the apex of that turn, aim straight ahead for this one, cut it a little bit, but don't cut this one off too much to the left because you will violate track boundaries there. Looking to our right for that cone for our braking point, staying as close to the inside as possible so we can stay out to come back in on the next turn. Using the rumble strips to our advantage there to gain some more speed. Looking left for the start of the cobblestone on the side there as the braking point. This is a lower speed turn. Just stick to the inside as much as you possibly can and don't get on the throttle too early, as I almost demonstrated beautifully there. Using both curbs, do all of these corners here to max out the speed. Look right here for the stone to change. Braking just before the 100. You can put 2 tires over these curbs on a lot of these turns, so just keep that in mind. For all these little tenths of a second that you can save on this track, it is worthy to basically push it to the max, using every bit of track you possibly can. Looking right for the 100 there for our braking zone. Not cutting too deep into the curbs here so we don't upset the balance of the car, sorry. Using all of the track here. And the apex is effectively right there where the guardrail starts, so that's kind of how you can use it as a pointer. And this lap put me a full second ahead of gold there, so hopefully this was helpful. With a little bit of voice guidance, maybe it'll make your life easier in getting through these challenges quicker. So if you enjoyed it, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Going to be doing more track guides where that one came from, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for tuning in.